Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me. So it has been a little bit since I've had time to really sit down and film while I'm at home, and so I figured just so that I could have something up for you guys and so that you could get a little bit of insight into my world, I figured I would do a get ready with me in my truck. And if you guys like this, I could turn it into a whole series and just kind of tackle a different topic or chit-chatty moment each time that I do it. It doesn't always have to be about trucking, so leave me any suggestions if you want me to talk about specific things. But for today, the first one, I'm going to talk to you guys about my trucking experience and how I got into it and what a typical week like is for me and my husband. So I'm just going to do a really quick, simple, no eyeshadow, no foundation look today, and I will go ahead and link and list everything that I use down below in the description bar, and feel free to ask me any questions about trucking. Sorry about the lighting. I'm dealing with natural light here and it's a little bit cloudy in Sacramento, so it's not the best, but this is what we're working with today, guys. So my husband and I have been trucking for going on 4 years. It will be 4 years in March. Before we were in trucking, my husband was in finance and I was in real estate, in the more office aspect of it, not in the sales aspect. And we were just really unhappy with the way that our jobs were going. They were kind of, you know, the careers are going nowhere, and especially with the downturn of the market, it just really got bad. So my husband came home one day and said, "Hey, what do you think about doing team truck driving?" And I'm like, "What? No, I don't want to be a truck driver." But he kept on and we did our research and we finally decided to go for it. Now, we went to a private school near our house. We paid for it out of pocket. If you found this video because you're looking to get into trucking, I would definitely suggest, if you have the resources available to you, to go to a private school and pay for it out of pocket. Definitely do that, because if you go to a school where it's like a trucking company guaranteeing to get you your CDL, just know that you will be working for that company for practically nothing for a whole year so that you can pay off your education for the CDL. So keep that in mind if you are looking to get into trucking. So we started in March of 2013. That's when we passed our CDL test and started working for a company. We went to Xpress, and we have spent the majority of our time as truckers with Xpress. We did go to a couple different companies just whenever we were looking for, you know, other opportunities, but we rapidly came to find out that Xpress was just the best option for us at the time. There are a lot of companies that will promise you things that they just can't deliver on. So keep that in mind, that the grass is not always greener on the other side. This is trucking, and it's going to be, you know, there are going to be things that you don't like about it, things that annoy you and piss you off, but you just have to deal with it. So whenever we first started out, we just did basic over-the-road trucking, which is they send you wherever they can send you and you really have no say in it. And we quickly found out that that just really isn't that great for husband and wife teams. You don't get consistent miles, it's not consistent pay. Then we went on to doing refrigerated loads, which was better in terms of miles and pay, but it is very annoying to have multiple stops, multiple picks, going to various places and getting a little bit here, a little bit there, and you end up spending a lot of your time awake helping each other out, and you don't really get much sleep. And after that, we did doubles for just about a month. Everybody makes it out to seem like it's really hard to do doubles. It really wasn't that bad for us. My main issue with it was that you're doing more work and getting paid the same amount of money, so I didn't really like that aspect of it. After we did doubles, we got into doing a dedicated account, which is where you service one single customer and you go anywhere where that customer is at. And after about a year of doing that, we were offered a dedicated lane on our dedicated account. So each week we go to the same location at the same time every single week and do that, and then we go home, we have our time off, and then we come back out and start it all over again. So just to kind of give you an idea of what a typical week for us is like, on Tuesday morning we pick up from the Chicagoland area from our shipper, and we take that at about 10 a.m. we pick up, and we then go on to Denver, and we get there early in the morning on Wednesday morning, and they take a little bit of freight off or put a little bit more on, and then we leave out of Denver around mid-morning to noon on Wednesday, and then we get to Sacramento on Thursday morning. And then we have a little bit of downtime in Sacramento. Our load is supposed to be ready at 6 p.m. so most days we will pick it up around that time. So we have most of the day, and we have time to go get lunch or go do grocery shopping or cook or whatever it is that we want to do, watch TV, whatever. And then at 6 p.m. we'll pick up our load and we go to Portland, and we get to Portland on Friday morning around 6-7 a.m. and drop off our load, pick up an empty trailer, and head straight back down to Sacramento. And usually by the time that we get back to Sacramento around 8 p.m., our next load is ready, and we pick that up Friday night and we head straight back home. Now we deliver our load on usually Sunday morning to Sunday afternoon, depending on how the weather goes and if the load is ready early. And then once we deliver our load on Sunday, we can then go home, and we have whatever time is left on Sunday, and then all day Monday we have off to do whatever it is that we want to do while we're at home. And that's usually the day that I have time to film, if I have time to do it. So if it ever seems like I'm not really getting up videos often enough, or my content is not always up to date, it's because I just sometimes don't have time to film every single week, and I often pre-film, and then whenever I run out of videos and something happens where I can't get home to film, that throws a wrench in my plans also. So thank you if you've stuck around through all of that. I know it's not the most consistent on my channel, but this is a way for me to kind of get you up some more videos and kind of give you some insight into how it is out on the road for me. So thumbs up if you like this kind of video and you want to see more of it. I would be open to doing reviews like this if you're okay with seeing me kind of in my natural habitat instead of with the nice backdrop and fancy lighting and all of that YouTube stuff. So anyway, once we're done on Sunday, we have the rest of Sunday and Monday to do whatever, and then we get up around 4 a.m. on Tuesday morning and we go out and do the same thing all over again. Now there are weeks whenever we don't get home at all because of the weather or because of loads getting canceled or whatever. That's just the nature of the business, and we've come to just try to make the best out of it. So one of the things that I always get asked is, what is the craziest thing that you've ever seen on the road? And aside from like scary accidents and things that are not that pleasant, probably the best thing that I've ever seen out on the road is let's call it like a PG-13 type of story. I was driving on I-10 heading east, just outside of Coachella, California, and there's 3 lanes right there. And I'm driving in the right lane, just scooting along, and there's a car going really, really slow in the middle lane. And so of course I'm like, what is this fool doing? He needs to be going faster. And as I'm pulling up kind of even with him, I see his arm kind of like working a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I know what's going on here. And I pull up next to him, and he is just going to town on himself, just jerking off with abandon. And he is just out in full display. You can see everything. Not the best I've seen, but it was interesting. And so I'm laughing so hard at this point, and I'm just so entertained by it. And I immediately yell out to my husband, I'm like, get the camera, take a picture of this. And so he's trying to get the camera, and like I'm driving and he's trying to hold the camera toward the window so that he can get a picture of this guy. And the guy sees us doing this, and he decides he's gonna slow down and try to like get away from us. And I'm like, you're gonna slow down, I'm gonna slow down too. And so we're trying to like catch back up with him by going slower, and he just keeps slowing down, and I had to give up. But it was so funny. I was laughing so hard that I almost passed out while I was driving. I was starting to see the little black dots in front of my eyes. It was the best thing ever. Like, it's one of those things where you think you're never gonna see anything like that, and then it happens to you and you're like, this is great. This is hilarious. So that's what I always tell everybody is my craziest thing on the road story, because it's really just like, who does that? I mean, I guess he does, but who else does that? I mean, is that like a thing? Do people actually do that? Can you not wait? Like, that's my thing. Why could you not wait? I don't know. Another thing people often ask me is, what is the prettiest state, you know, or what's the best drive? And I feel like I have a favorite one for each kind of season. In the winter, which is what's approaching us right now, it was snowing in Wyoming the other day. I was really not pleased by it. But in the winter, Wyoming is one of the prettiest places, along with southern Oregon. Whenever the snow is just blanketing everything, it just looks like a Christmas card, you know. It's just unreal. And in the summer, hands down, Montana is the most beautiful place I've ever seen. Everything just is in Technicolor, and it looks like the most unreal thing you've ever seen. Like, it's like one of those screensavers that's like unreality. It's just crazy. It's so beautiful. And then I think springtime in Virginia, whenever the blooming trees are kind of flowering and stuff, those are so pretty. And then I think in summer, just my favorite place at all to be is just on I-40, that kind of southern corridor where you're going through California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, all of that. It's just so beautiful. It's always great weather. You never have any issues, and it's kind of one of those drives where you can just kind of put it on autopilot and you don't really have to worry about really paying attention per se. You can just kind of enjoy your surroundings because it's not really very congested. Now, another thing that I get asked is, what's it really like to be in the truck, you know, for a week or more at a time? Is it hard to live in a truck? And I feel like it's really not. We have so many creature comforts in here that, you know, old school truckers wouldn't have had. The companies really kind of look out for you in terms of getting you an inverter and things that can make your life easier. So for us, we have a truck fridge that we mostly keep drinks in. And then we have thermoelectric coolers that we keep all of our fresh food in. We don't really eat out at truck stops a whole lot. We tend to make like fresh grilled fish and steaks and things like that. We have a barbecue grill, a toaster oven, a microwave, a slow cooker, a food steamer. What else do we have? We have a 28-inch flat screen TV mounted on the wall in here, and we have in-motion satellite so we can get direct TV. When my husband is driving, I can sit in the back and watch TV and vice versa. And whenever we're just sitting here like today, like we are in Sacramento, we can just have the TV on back here, watch TV, chill out. It's almost like being in an RV without the convenience of having a bathroom in here. That's really the only thing that we're missing. If they could add that, it would be really awesome. But that's why they have, you know, truck stops and rest areas. And really the truck stop showers, I need to do a video on it for you guys, but the truck stop showers are nicer than a lot of showers that I've seen just in houses. They're very updated and modern. They've got like marble and, you know, like glass tile stuff in them. They just look really nice. So it's really not that bad out here. I have a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia Evolution. There are plenty of videos out there of the interior, but I do want to do a kind of truck tour video for you guys so that you can really see what we have our truck set up like in the back with all of our stuff in it and how we set it up and everything. I need to get that up soon for you guys, but ours is also an automatic, so it drives just like a car. You don't have to worry about shifting the gears and stuff. You can pretty much just get in and not really know what you're doing and still be able to drive it. So that's really nice. And now I need to do my mascara. I'm really bad at being able to talk and do that at the same time. So I'm gonna stop right here and I'll be right back with that done. Okay, and we're back. So just to kind of finish up, if trucking is something that you've been thinking about or you're looking into, I would say if you don't have young children, if your children are already grown, or if you're a young couple that doesn't already have children, it's definitely something that you should look into. The money is there if you get with the right company, and it's something that can afford you kind of the freedom to do what you want and get paid for it. You get to spend a lot of time with your partner, you get to experience a lot of things together, and for us it's just been such a great experience. I can't really imagine doing anything else, any other type of job right now. I think that we're going to do trucking at least for the next 3 to 5 years, and then hopefully be able to retire after that and just kind of do what we want to do. To put it in perspective a little bit, at my real estate job, I was working very hard. I'd worked up to a management level position, and I was putting in about 50 hours a week, and right now I'm putting in about 60, but it's a lot easier work, and I'm making double per week than I was at my real estate job. So it is a significant increase in pay, which made such a difference. But for me, it's just been such a great time. I'm really enjoying it, and if you have any questions about trucking, feel free to leave them down below. I will definitely get back to you about it, and let me know if there's any topics that you guys want me to tackle in this Get Ready With Me in My Truck series. But go ahead and check the description bar for everything that I used on my face today, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!